Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look at SUI, seeing what's going on. We're starting to see a bit of a divergence here, not only from Bitcoin, but also just how poorly this coin is performing in this current range. Granted, this is a low volume weekend, but we didn't see a pump from SUI as we did with most other altcoins yesterday with that fundamental catalyst for the pause on tariffs. So we want to take a quick peek here at the backend data, kind of see where we're at. We have looked and identified that the 290 range is a significant amount of resistance based on open interest. I'm curious if that's still the case, and obviously just kind of double checking a few things. So hit the like button, comment below, join us on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you want to become a better trader. I do also have a Trading Academy community and signals group. Links all down below for that. At this point, what we want to look at here is to recognize 280 as well as 262. Those two heavy pockets of concentration here locally. And then once more, just to reiterate and reaffirm, 330 to 360 is the upper range. So we break through $3 and get a nice solid closure above that level, then I think that 330 to 360 is more likely. But between now and then, local liquidation here, or at least the local macro liquidation, that heavy concentration is now satisfied. So if we take a look here as well, we can see open interest, correction, liquidation delta is still bearish. So it's remained bearish for about 4 or 5 days now. There's just non-stop selling pressure at this 290 range. And here's that open interest range I was talking about too. In the last 1 month, we see the most amount of accumulation here. This emphasizes resistance. It doesn't emphasize support. Okay, keep that in mind, mainly because of the simple fact that we have resistance above us and how the price action is behaving. If we were like holding above that level for a long time, then we might want to consider that a support, but this is now essentially a resistance level for us. So take a look here at the daily time frame. Overall trend here, we've broken free from the descending trend line, right? So we got to recognize that we're not in total dire straits here, but we're still under all the important moving averages, as well as under 50 on the RSI. Still can't seem to break above. Even with the MFI, the money flow index being high, we're seeing a second stochastic swing to the downside, as well as the MACD looking like it wants to diverge. Daily time frame doesn't look great here. Okay, so try not to convince yourself that we're in great shape. There's some benefit or some positivity on the daily time frame, but you're reaching if that's all you're seeing, right? Same thing here as well with the 4 hour. We're starting to kind of compress into this range, working ourselves within both the 200 and the 50-day SMA. And then we also have a point of control here locally at 280. So if we pull back, it may not be a significantly large pullback, but I think 280 would make more sense to hit that level first before we leg up again, if we were to. A lot of that hinges on Bitcoin. My expectation is that Bitcoin is going to pull back a bit further. I do think this liquidation and or the fair value gap below the price action will get hit. And if that happens just based on lower time frame divergences from Bitcoin, also larger time frames too, then I think SUI is going to follow suit. I'm just not super convinced with how poorly it performed recently. I think this 290 is a local resistance for us. But then again, point of control, we have 280 is a nice strong amount of support. And then furthermore too, when it comes to liquidation, we've also got that 280 level is heavy with longs. So I think 280 makes more sense here. 260 is the worst case scenario for us. But overall, that's kind of where we're at there on the 4 hour. Quickly to note the hourly time frame, we're kind of range bound here, so this doesn't help us too much, but we're really close to this local point of control. Obviously, there's a lot of volume at 289 to 290. So unless Bitcoin really recovers here, I think SUI is due to go sideways and down. That's kind of my expectation. I hope I'm wrong and the price goes up for you. I'm not bashing SUI here, or as our community says, F SUI. That's our slogan for the moment. It's actually kind of funny. Anyways, join us over on Discord too, folks. It's a really awesome experience. We got some really good traders over here, and it's just a lot of fun. And I appreciate everyone who's part of that. So thanks again for being a great part of my life. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you all on the next one. Take care of yourself out there.